Hello and welcome to Midwest Motorsports. It's Friday night. That means it's time to go truck racing. Tonight we are at the Nashville Superspeedway. And I'm James J. I'm flying solo tonight on the cameras and the commentary. I have a special guest coming in a couple of minutes. Hopefully we'll get some introductions going. Right now I just want to welcome everybody to Midwest Motorsports truck racing for the Friday night. Congratulations to Albert Williams, who is on the pole. As the trucks have qualified, Dustin Reinstedel is going to share the front row with him. Bear with me, I'm working on a couple of things. Before we go green here, lights are out of the pace car. So we're going to go green. In a few minutes, we have this lap. We have 23 trucks tonight. So a great field of 23 trucks. Albert Williams in the 81 on the pole. Brendan Thayer and Michael Samia, row two. Michael Samia's got a new paint there, the Orange Venom, number 3. And we go green at the Nashville Superspeedway. Two stages tonight, lap 34 and lap 71. So lap 34 will be the first stage caution. Dustin Reinstedel staying low. Michael Samia finally able to drop down and gets a good run on Dustin Reinstedel as Albert Williams pulls away after the start. Doing a little check to see if everybody can see more trucks. I only see about 15 or 16 trucks right now, so trying to work on a little technical glitch while I'm going through this. But Honor Jacques has a drive-through at every caution for incident per lap overage. Michael Samia looking on the inside of Dustin Reinstedel down low. As don't look now, that's Dustin Hardy. And the number 45, red, white, and blue, looking real racy early. He's already got around Brendan Thayer. So right behind Dustin Reinstedel is a new guy, Dustin Hardy. He's only been in a few races. Welcome to Midwest Motorsports, Dustin. Still working on a glitch. We got somebody going low. Sean Happett in the 25. It's like his steering wheel disconnected there. Did he get back on? No, he's still no yellow yet. So hopefully, it looks like he's got it going. We'll go back racing up front. Sorry if you bear with me one more second. See if I can find my buddy Mark Cochran from down under. Mark, you with us?
Yes, I am. Good evening, James. Good evening, Midwest Motorsports community. Glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Thanks for joining me, man. So I understand you're not running trucks tonight. What's going on, man? You got a party going on at home? Or why aren't you racing tonight?
Nothing that exciting as a party. No, my team's participating in the Bathurst 12 Hour at the moment. I had my 2 stints early this morning, Australian time. And I thought I might come and join you in the commentary and watch some exciting truck racing.
Great, man. We're glad to have you. We see Justin Thayer going at it with Brandon Thayer. Brandon Thayer wants that position back. So Nashville Superspeedway, do you have a lot of laps here, Mark?
This is where I got my first win for Midwest Motorsports. This oval is more of a, in my opinion, about fuel saving. So the way I won the race last time was making a lot of effort to save fuel when I can, and I think that'll be the same issue a lot of the drivers face tonight. How much fuel can they save, and what lines can they take to save their tyres?
Saving fuel and saving tires. So you usually have 3 sets on the ground. You start with the set. So you think you're going to change 4 at the stops? Or can you play some strategy and get a little track position, win?
I think you've got to play some strategy. I think in the first stage break, I don't think you should be changing tyres. I think you should just keep on your set, and then stage 2 and then the pit stop after that would be more ideal to change your tyres. That way you can get a bit of a jump on the field. That's the strategy I tend to stick to in a lot of these oval races, just changing after the second stage break.
And the fall off is not worth the extra time it takes to change?
Well, that depends on the track. I think around here, if you're feeling that you can't get the truck down, I think it might be worthwhile changing at least the right set of tyres. But changing all 4, I don't think it would be worth it for that time loss, because you can jump a lot of spots by changing tyres or not changing at all.
And it takes about the same time to change 2 that it does to fill up. Is that about right?
Yeah. Yes, that's about right. With about 4 tyres, you're going to add maybe around another 5 to 10 seconds, depending on where you stop in your box.
Roger. Thanks for that, Mark. You got a lot of experience. This is your second season with Midwest Motorsports, right?
Yes, second full season with the Midwest Motorsports, and I'm really enjoying it. Second time I've made it into the chase, which has been quite fun, trying to work out how you can strategize your way to the front and try and get the most points you can. But overall, it's been a really enjoyable league. It's really my first oval league that I've participated in.
Oh, really? Okay. So you're racing the Bathurst in a separate. Is that just a team and you're doing some officials, or is this a different type of event or a special event?
No, Team Apex Esports League we've got 5 drivers taking on the official Bathurst 12 hour this morning, the 9 a.m. split. I'm not too sure what time it is over there for that split. Just 5 of us doing the Bathurst 12 hour, trying to maybe get a podium, if not a win. Last time I checked, we were sitting in P5 after I made a few boo-boos in qualifying and qualified P28.
Oh, P28. How many total were there?
I think there was 40 plus in our split.
Wow, 40 cars around Bathurst.
Around Bathurst.
Yeah, nice. Well, good luck to you. We'll be talking more about that for sure. I was looking at some stats here, and you're currently tied for. Oh no, you're in 8th. Yeah, tied for 8th in points with Trevor McLaughlin. Looks like he is here tonight. So I don't know why he's not showing up on the screen for our viewers.
Yes, he's sitting in P21st at the moment.
Yeah. So you're gonna drop off some points, man. Are you hoping to make that up, or is it more about the win for you?
I think it's more about just look. I've missed a few races this season, so I knew I was on the back foot. So realistically, if I can stay within that top 10 of the 12, I'll be happy with that result.
Top 10.
Top awesome. 10 championship result.
Yeah, right now, Dustin Reinstedt's got a little bit of a lead with all the stage points that he collected through the season. He's had a bad first couple of races. And I'm actually pretty happy to see 16 laps of green flag racing so far here with the Midwest Motorsports, which seems to be rare lately, but hopefully this is a sign of things to come. As you can see on the track map, everybody's still working the same lap. We have a couple of guys that have got drive-throughs, and then we saw Sean Happick with his trouble earlier. Otherwise, everybody's on the same lap.
Yeah, no, it's been a pretty clean opening stage of the race. I know for the last couple of races there have been a few safety cars early on. but it's good to see that there can be some long green runs.
Is there something about the trucks that makes it difficult? With fixed setups? I mean, is that a factor, or is it nerves? Or is it trying to stay? It seems like the restarts are often where the initial madness or chaos starts, because I know it's important to stay gridded up and stay close to the row in front. So is that part of the issue, or is it the driver experience, or you just...
I think it's a combination of things. I think, especially if you're at the back of the pack, you really want to push forward before the stages, or as soon as you can, because that's your best opportunity to move forward. But realistically, I think it's a variety of factors. A lot of the times, people at the back are trying to recover positions they've lost after the EOLs in the earliest part of the season. But in the later part of the season, I just think it's trying to get those nerves and trying to push as far as you can to get the best result possible in the race.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how people will really fight really hard to try to gain one or two positions.
Yes, it's long runs.
Just 1 or 2 points, yeah.
Long runs, you just got to be patient, and if you miss the start, that's okay. You got plenty of laps to make it up, and if you're someone who's really good at strategy, and I know a lot of the fellas like Dustin and Mike Scamilla are very good at strategy, because I often see Mike pitting early, and he's sometimes does the same strategy as I'm trying to do, and he manages to sneak past a few of the drivers before I can.
Yeah, Mike Scamilla is no stranger to running close and running up front. It's been a lot of fun watching Michael Scamilla come through as well. He's definitely a contender. Yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry, you go, James. That's fine.
No, I was just going to ask more about Midwest Motorsports. Well, it seemed to be single file for the most part. Yeah, these Midwest Motorsports trucks are really going at it. Jason Kraft in the number 1 truck, I should say. He's got the fastest lap of the race as Brandon Thayer and Dustin Hardy are going side by side up ahead. Go watch these guys for a minute. Brandon Thayer is not in the chase. Oh, yeah, he is. P4 right now. 78 back from the leader, 35 back from Michael Scamilla. So Brandon Thayer definitely wants as many points as he can get, but Dustin Hardy's going to try to take some points away from him today. Tucks back in early in the race. Once again, we're going to lap 34 for the stage. So we have 11 laps left. Mark, I want to ask you, since this is your second season with Midwest Motorsports, I know you've missed a couple of races here and there for obligations of your own, I'm sure, which is totally cool. But I want to ask you, how did you find Midwest Motorsports, and what about Midwest Motorsports compared to some other experiences, whether it's iRacing or other leagues that you might have competed in? What makes you want to come back to Midwest Motorsports? What is it about Midwest Motorsports that keeps you coming back?
I think Midwest Motorsports is an excellent league. It's run really well. All the participants are friendly, and they're willing to help their fellow competitors. And the fact that all of the series, although I can only really speak from the trucks and the Xfinities, always competitive because of that fixed setup. So when you arrive at this racetrack or in the session, you're going to be on par with someone who's really fast, because the setup's the same. They don't have any little secrets hidden in their little toolbox that they can pull out with setups. There's going to be a competitive race, whether it be you're fighting for the lead, or you're fighting mid-pack, or even for the last few places on the grid. It's going to be competitive. And if I compare that to a lot of the other leagues, this atmosphere in this league is great. There's no animosity. There's equity up and down the field, and the broadcasts are great. I think the truck broadcasts are excellent. To be fair, that's the only ones I've really watched, and your commentary adds to the excitement. But yeah, honestly, I would recommend this league to anyone who wants to get into oval racing.
Oh, thanks for that, man. I really wasn't fishing for compliments, man, but it means a lot. You mentioned how well the league is run. Everybody's a volunteer here, and all of the admins work really hard at trying to make sure that it's a fun experience for everybody. So it's great to get some feedback, and of course, you're on the spot. I hope you wouldn't hold back, but yeah, it really means a lot. All the kind words from everybody. So everybody that's listening, if you're out there, thank an admin every chance you get. Let them know how much we appreciate their hard work and effort in making this go happen as it is.
No, and I recommend if there are any Australians listening, that this is the ideal league, because there's very few, like I said, there's very few NASCAR or oval racing leagues. In Australia there is one, but that's an open setup and it's very, very competitive. And this is really a good time slot. Saturday afternoons, it's currently 2 o'clock here. The Xfinities are about 10 o'clock in the morning from memory. So a lot of the racing's ideal for us here in Australia.
Yeah, that's a good point. So it's 12 hours ahead, 14 hours ahead. So it's like about noon there.
Yeah, 2:15 in the afternoon.
2:15. Man, it's gotta be weird living in the future.
Yeah, I can tell you what's going to happen. If I only pick the lotto numbers and you can win the lotto.
I love it. All right, we got 4 laps to go. It looks like Albert Williams has pulled out. Actually, Dustin Reinstettle's right on him.
And at this point in the race, you're going to start seeing those tyres reach a cliff now. Those drivers who've been running a really tight line, you would be able to see that they're a bit struggling to get around those corners.
So we know Dustin Reinstedel really likes to usually hang out around the yellow line, and now he's about 2 lanes up. So tire wear, you think, should start coming to play about now. Albert Williams has been the class of the field. I know he stepped up. He's running all 3 classes, all 3 oval divisions, and this season we just started another road series season on Tuesday nights, and Albert Williams was on the list at the Silverstone International Circuit. So Albert Williams definitely getting some sim rig time. I know you're running the road. Bathurst is a road race, obviously. So what is it that crosses over from the oval, for the road to the oval, and vice versa?
The tyre management, again, are really important. I think here in Australia there's a lot of V8 supercar leagues, and that requires a lot of tyre management, throttle control, braking control. So I think that carries over well if you're able to draw the parallels between those two, the NASCARs and the V8 supercars. But just in general, the overall ability to manage that space around you. So knowing where your competitor is, how much room you have, whether or not you can go up on them or you have to stay down so you don't have an accident. It all carries over from road racing and vice versa. It goes from oval to racing. But I think with ovals, especially with superspeedways, it really tests your ability to be on the edge 100% of the time because of any little slip and how many barrel rolls you're going to do down the straight.
Right on. Tire saving, the skill that transfers over. So all you oval guys, listen up. You want to be like Albert Williams, who just won the stage. Congratulations to Albert Williams. Moving ever closer to Dustin Reinstedtel's point lead. He's going to gain a point there. Dustin Reinstedtel second. Justin Thaler comes out third. Michael Samia fourth. We went 34 laps, all green. Way to go, Midwest Motorsports truckers. I know you had it in you. Knew you could do it. We'll see what pit stop cycle through. And 46, Brendan Thayer gets the last stage point. But congratulations to Albert Williams.
Done an excellent job to maintain the pace, maintain his position.
Got out front and stayed out front. All right, so we're going to ride through. We'll take a look at some pit times. Hide the ticker. If I can find the tower.
Pit stop are another skill that you need to get right in the NASCARs, because if you throw down the throttle, just put 100% throttle, wheel spins and you can go for a loop in the pits. I found that a few times in my first few races. You got to manage that tyre and that takeoff so you don't heat it up too much and ruin what could be a good run on those sets of tyres.
Yeah, don't look now. Dustin Reinstall has pulled the switcheroo, stopped for about 2 seconds less than Albert Williams, and either short filled, maybe doing some fuel saving, or maybe he was doing some fuel saving so he didn't have to keep the nozzle in as long during his pit stop. But 12.57 for Dustin Reinsettle, 14.93 for Albert Williams. And we have a new leader. The 11 car takes over. That's one of the skills that you only really learn through experience, right? So Dustin Reinsettle showing off some of those little added touches that separate the pros from the amateurs, so to speak.
And those drivers who are able to, on the go, change their strategy are the ones more likely to win the race or have a good position in the race. Because especially in these types of races, with the unpredictability sometimes, you need to be able to adjust your strategy to know that the safety car's out, you can save some fuel straight away, or you can save some tyre. It's all about what you're going to do and your adaptability. And Dustin demonstrates that very, very often in all the races he participates in.
It's amazing. Pit time. Here we go. There's the pit time on the screen. Not sure if there's any other real big movers. Looks like Justin Thaler dropped a couple spots with 17-1. Brandon Thayer looks like he may need to stop again. He might not have gotten gas. Brandon Thayer.
0.2.
Yeah, that's a little bit concerning.
Maybe his pit crew was supersonic and managed
Yeah,
to
he
change
must
the
have
tyres and
been.
fill the fuel up very quickly.
Right? Amazing.
Some pit training that needs to be shared amongst the field, I think.
All right. What's his secret? I like it that he's got a time machine, but he still came out behind everybody. That might be just a glitch in the system. Colton Lanford looks like he might have taken 4 with a 23. Second stop. We're doubling up now, so we're going to go green again. This time by. But once again, congratulations, Albert Williams, for getting that win, stage win. We're going to go to lap 71. That's the next number we're looking for. 71.
It's going to be the vital stage for them, because I think you'll see a lot of the drivers now who only change 2 tyres try to stick to that middle line so they don't wear out as quickly and fall behind.
So he made it to 34 without stopping, so he should be able to make it to 71. Dustin Reinstall in 11 has control of the field as he takes off.
Made a good jump.
Yeah, they're pretty respectful the first couple of stages. I don't see later cautions that Albert Williams will give him such a good opportunity to get up front and go once he hits that Geico restart zone. But all's fair early in the race.
No, and I'd much prefer to be chasing the driver than sitting up the front in the lead. You can sort of manage your speed a bit more, and you can, especially on this oval, you can save some tyres, and you can really work out where you can place the car and not have to worry about being attacked from behind by someone who wants to get their points for leading the race.
Yeah, good point. There are bonus points up for offer. Blaine and Thayer were riding along with them under attack from Jason Kraft behind. You can see the mirror in the top right is also as he's looking up ahead at Robert Sanders in the 84. So far, single file. Once again, Sean Happick in the 44 rejoining after doing his drive-through for incidents per lap overage. Mark, have you ever been on the IPL list and had to serve those drive-throughs?
I may have, yes, a couple of times for a couple of races. I think at the start of this season I was for a couple of races because of Daytona, and I missed a couple of races at the start of the season, so I didn't have enough laps to get that number down before the review period. But it is difficult if you're on that list for a long time because you know you're at a disadvantage. But there can be some positives. I know I pulled some positives out of it where I could improve my craft. But as well as that, that sort of gives you another option for your strategy to work your way back up. Because I more often than not, instead of pitting during stage breaks, I would take the lead so I can get those bonus points, and then I would go back and then I would pit and then take my penalty.
Yeah, it almost changes your mindset when you start the race, knowing that you're going to have to serve those drive-throughs and go in the IPL. So you kind of, like I say, go into the race knowing that you're probably going to have to play some strategy, or you're at least going to be coming from the back, possibly a lap down, maybe multiple laps down, depending on the number of yellows, because every yellow you have to serve another drive-through if it's more than just an end-of-the-line penalty. So very interesting way of controlling. And, again, it's just an iRace, right? We're talking about, fun, friends and family board game night, with the crew. It's not like we're racing for $1 million. So it's more fun to, like Travis Jones here and Jason Croft and Colton Lanford just behind going at it. You're smiling from ear to ear when you're racing like this. Even if you do have to serve drive-throughs, at the end of the day, we're still in our sim rig having a good time, right?
Absolutely. That's why you play iRacing, because you want to have some fun. And like you said, we're not playing, I don't know, there's a saying down here, we're not playing for sheep stations. So we don't need to go crazy, lose our cool. It's all about the fun. And if you have fun, you've ticked the box of why you're playing iRacing.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out as well, Travis Jones is up 18 positions, so he's doing a really good job to be up there racing towards the front.
Hey, good spot there. And he did take tires too, 15 seconds. Yeah. In the pit. So, yeah.
And Travis is a good driver. Can be aggressive sometimes. That's all respect as well. And he manages to find his way up the front and be racing with the quicker guys.
Yeah, I've seen him come around a couple different times. He won, I think, a couple stages during the Patriotic race at Charlotte. He's had a pretty good season. Travis Jones. Let me see if I can find some more about him. He's not in the chase from what I can see. Got a late start, but Travis Jones 10. So he goes by. No wins, no poles, 2 top 5s, 5 top 10s out of 10 starts. Average start 14, average finish 13. So, yeah, he's coming up.
Good statistics,
yeah.
Some good statistics, and when you're trying to find your foot in the league and who you're racing, it does take that time to build the confidence to be door-to-door with someone. And I think he's starting to work out that we're all pretty good here. We're not going to drive you into the wall. We're all pretty fair, and if we've lost the spot, we lost the spot.
Right.
But no, it's interesting to watch him.
And I missed it, but Albert Williams and Dustin Rysell are going at it for the lead. So we'll watch these guys as Albert Williams once again shows his truck prowess. It's probably at some cost. Looks like he's running about a lane lower than Dustin Rysell, at least to get around him. It's Robert Sanders. Shout out to Robert Sanders also. Had a good qualifying of P8 and up to fourth now, but right on the bumper of Michael Samia, just behind this battle for the lead. Top four starting to break away a little bit, about a 3-second gap to fifth. So we'll watch these guys up front for a little bit. Again, we are going to lap 71 for the next stage. That's the target lap, 71. If you grab your cell phone, you can scan the QR code on the screen. That will take you to our Midwest Motorsports link tree, we were going to call it. So website page that has all of the links to all of our socials, our Discord, midwest-motorsports.com, where you can look at all the different rules, decide which league you want to race. We do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are our oval leagues, Truck, Xfinity, and Cup. And Tuesday night is our Road Series League. GT4s this season, a 15-race season with a couple of endurance races, normally 60-minute races. We're going to have every third race or so a 1 hour, 40-minute GT4 race sprinkled in there. So a little bit of endurance racing to go along with your 1 hour enduros on Tuesday evening. I know the time doesn't really suit for our friends down under to join us for that one, but it's a pretty fun league, Mark. We'd love to see you do that Tuesday nights. Be Wednesday morning during the day, I guess, for you.
Yes. No, I thought I could do it in the last few races of last season, but my work got in the way and other things. And yes, I would love to do the Cup and the Road Series, but maybe one day. Who knows?
Midwest-motorsports.com, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. It'll take you right to all their different links.
I think Robert Sanders, he's doing a good job. He's pulled away from Michael Scamia.
He did.
Sorry if I'm getting that wrong. And he's starting to gain on the lead too. And I think he's taking 4 tires at the last pit stop because he's managing to do very quick times consistently.
14.5 for a stop, so I'm guessing only 2. I think it would take at least 20 seconds, maybe 22, to change 4. So I think he just took 2.
He's doing a great job.
Killing it. Midwest
Up 5 positions.
At Nashville, yeah, killing it. You're right, Travis Jones really hanging in there. A little further behind this battle. We'll step back and see if we can find some racing back here. Colton Lanford in the Mountain Dew truck with Justin Thaler ahead, working with Jason Kraft in the 1. There we go. So Justin Thaler has decided to go, as Jason Kraft comes up right up on the back of the 96. Now looks inside. Truck inside. Travis Jones knows he's there. 4th gear, I did not see him downshift, but this allows Justin Thaler in the 00 to catch up. A fun fact you may not know, Justin Thaler's 00 is also the tag for the pace car. So I cannot ride with Justin Thaler or put the camera directly on his truck. Oh, as he goes in the middle, he's going to split 3, and
there we
never
go.
going to work, Justin.
No.
Justin, you know better than that, brother. What are you thinking? All right, we got to rewind this, and then, I can't ride with him. But yeah, he saw the gap, and he got greedy, huh? Oh, man. Yeah, when it opens up, it's real enticing. It's hard not to want to go in there.
Yes, it's like what Ed said, if I don't see a gap, if I don't go for a gap anymore, I'm not a racing driver.
Yeah,
I think he just saw that gap and wanted to go for it, and I think we've all been there. Get excited, put the throttle on, and hope.
Don't lift. Yeah. All right, we'll ride with Colton Langford. So the battle we're going to watch is up ahead. I'll see if I can go slow-mo here. The gap is opening up. Justin Taylor gets a good run. It's Croft in the white car, now on the inside, has to lift. This isn't the best view, but it's what I got right now.
Look promising.
Taylor, no, that didn't work either. Opened up, and he just went for it. Sorry, I made my own worst error there.
I don't think the 96 would have expected 3 wide there, and I think it's just he's come down a little bit from what I could briefly see there.
Yeah, he did.
Trying to get off the wall to sort of get a line. He was, yep, there he goes.
Oh,
he's just not knowing that 00 is there and turned down and taking out the car right on the inside.
Yeah, it's hard to place blame. I mean, of course, Taylor could have avoided it, but so can't blame a guy that goes for the gap.
Racing incident.
Yeah, we have to write that one off. So who plays the strategy here? I'll look for the pit lap. 59, the first one to pit. Michael Samia comes in. Colton Lanford comes in. So these guys here now are going to be dropped a little further back, but a little strategy play here. Michael Samia not going for stage points. Again, we're going to 71. We know they can make it 11 laps, but then I guess they split that third stage at a different point. So if you stay out now until the stage break, then you restart on old tires, but then you're able to pit first. You have to pit earlier in that final stage.
Yeah, I think if I was out there, I would have stayed out and pit under the stage break.
Yep.
To get those points, because like you said, they could have made it to the stage. Everyone else, it seems, some have pitted, some haven't. But yes, it sort of now throws up that strategy game. Who's got what fuel and what are the pit stops going to be like at the next stage?
So from the 3 truck on back, those guys stopped a second time. So we'll see how that plays out. Again, during the pit rotations on the final stage, that's where this strategy really is going to play out. So Michael's going off strategy, and he was in P4. It's not like he was working hard. Further back.
And I think we've seen this a lot from Scamia. He comes in offbeat with everyone else, and he manages to work his way back up the pack, and it gives him that extra advantage because he's got a lesser stop to do, or a stop with less time, I should say, at the next stage or at the next time he does stop.
That's right. I see. So sacrifice a couple points for a better restart position if you come in, or
better restart position, better tires, and you're able to have that better turn and accelerate out of the corner.
Sure. And we're going to watch him come through the field. You never know. I mean, Michael Samia, 15th, though, with 11 laps, maybe 9 laps to get the top 5 is going to be a big ask, I think. But that would be the 7th row. So technically, I guess, could be in the top 10 pretty quick.
And that's what makes this whole racing game, this racing strategy thing so fun to do, because you never know what's going to happen. You got something in your head and it can change with this click of a finger. That's
right. Albert Williams this time going to be your leader, the 81, the Snap-on red truck. He chose the outside with Justin Thaler on the outside as well. Instigator of the most recent yellow. We're green and we are racing once again the Nashville Superspeedway concrete track. The track's been here a long time. Albert Williams says adios. Justin Thaler in the 00 now looking real racy as Robert Sanders and Brandon Thayer behind the 00 go 2 wide. Albert Williams just in front of this battle, just out of shot. We're in the drum cam for now. Dustin Reinstedt using the apron, trying to shortcut. Give a little bit of advantage. Do you use the apron? Does the transition hurt you? Do you feel it? Is it worth using the apron to shortcut? Straight line a little bit, Mark?
For this track, I very rarely use the apron anywhere because I don't really like that transitional bump that you have from that banked part to the flat part. But it can work to your favour. It's only if you've got that really, really good run out of that final corner that reduces that gap, that distance between the corner and the finish line. But I know a lot of drivers love to use the apron. It's their thing. But me personally, I like to just stick above that yellow line most of the time.
Yeah, I haven't really seen it pay off too often.
No, and it's really, and because I haven't watched NASCAR racing in a long time. I've never seen it in real life. People using that below that yellow line. I don't know if it's really a main big thing for the real races, but yeah, I've always just been taught and told stay above that yellow line, and you're doing the right thing.
Especially with the dog leg. I guess Phoenix or is Michael Samia's already made his way out. Holy smokes, where did he come from? From 15th to P6 already.
Fresh tire advantage, he's carving his way through the field.
Yes, he is. Man, Michael Samia showing some mad skills there. He's got the new paint. He switched it up from the blue Spider-Man now to a Venom energy drink with the orange. Fresh tires paying off. In this 9 laps, and now he's working the truck in front. Let's see if he's going to split these guys. I think Michael Samia knows a little better, but like you said, 2 wheels on the yellow line. You can see him sawing at the wheel. The steering inputs not as smooth. That steering box. A couple of different adjustments. We got 3 laps to go, but can you think, we froze up a little bit there. Sorry about the frame rate drop. But yeah, Michael Samia looks inside. As Robert Williams knows he's there? Oh, he doesn't. Oh, Michael Samia lifted. Good on you, Mike. That's it. Oh, man. He's definitely being held up by Robert Sanders here. See if he can time the gap just right and get beside him. Now this guy, the spotter's got to tell him there's a truck inside, right? All right. Now we can complete the pass. And adios. Michael Samia looks now.
And he's made up a lot of positions.
Yeah, he restarted 15th.
And that's I'm not surprised by that from Scamia. I've seen him do it many times, sitting behind him and watching him fly off towards the front of the pack. I try to do the same thing with my fresh set of tyres, but I just can't see him do it. It's like his car's planted on the rails and he can just put it in gear and off it goes.
Because we're 3 wide here. Colton Langford, Andrew Miller, and Jason Kraft. As we're finished up the stage. Up front, it's Albert Williams, Dustin Reinstedt, Justin Taylor, 1, 2, 3. Michael Samia made it up to 4th. And Robert Sanders holds down that 5th and final point. So now let's see if you're Michael Samia. Do you come in and get new tires again? Like everybody else? Stay out.
Stay out.
9 laps. 9 laps on tires.
Because that will put him, I think that might give him an advantage for the next stop.
Yep, he'd have to stop 9 laps sooner. We're going to lap 113. So that's, 50 laps. You can almost make it after a 10-lap run.
The tanks, 60 litres per tank, I think it was. Then if I did a practice, earlier this week. So he should, if that's numbers correct, he should have enough to get it home.
From here, you think they can go all the way?
I think he can. If he can save some fuel, I think he probably can get home. Me personally, if I was in the car right now, I would be clutching. I'll be clutching behind this safety car, and for the first couple of laps, I'll be clutching around the corners, and that's also going to save your tyres, and it's going to give you a bit more fuel run for the end.
But Michael Samia didn't stop. So, Michael Samia stays out, as well as Mike Todd, Justin Glickner. Looks like Glickner now comes in.
Yep.
And now Michael Samia comes in. What is he doing? Really strange that he didn't come in the first time by.
I think he maybe wanted some points there. He's currently sitting
leading a lap.
P3.
He get points for leading a lap if he stays out, right?
Yep, yeah, he'll get points for leading the lap. 10 points, I think it is.
Wow. Now
so this is where your strategy comes into play.
He is really working these strategies. I've seen Michael Samia his racing IQ. I learned something by watching Michael Samia a couple of times where he was racing, I forget exactly where it was, Albert Williams, and they were 1-2. No, they were 1-3. And Samia chose the outside to put Albert Williams on the inside of the second row. Something happened. I forget exactly the scenario. You have to forgive me, but the lane change determined whether Albert Williams was going to be either directly behind him or with two different cars in between he and Albert Williams. They were really racing for the win. And he put two cars between them on a green-white checker, and it was all about the restart selection that made the race. Otherwise, Albert Williams may have got him. But there it is, Colton Lanford with a 6.9. Maybe he did not change tires. Samia with a 6.4 didn't change tires. Strange that he wouldn't have. He stopped on a lap on his own.
I think if he was to change tyres in that pit stop, he would lose more time with the tyre change, because he's only 9 laps of... He's only got to put 9 laps of fuel in to put a full tank in, and I think he understands that if he puts tyres on, he'll be further back.
He'd be waiting for tires instead of waiting for fuel.
Yes.
Roger. Again, school is in session. The Michael Samia sim racing. It's not a game, Mark. It's a sim race.
It is a sim racing. I do get corrected sometimes. Simulator.
All good, mate. We're having fun. Good to see Norm Snyder up here.
And Mike Todd and Colton Lanford are leading the race so far, so it'll be interesting to see what they can do at the front to try and hold off Ty, Williams and Dustin.
Yeah, good call. It's weird. Not everybody's in the shot, but the trucks are there. There are trucks behind Jason Croft, I think, for CPU usage on our broadcast PC, which you do remotely. The whole behind-the-scenes stuff will go on for more fluidity with the frame rate, as opposed to showing all the trucks at once. There are more trucks further back. We'll get to them. Albert Williams right to the front, wastes no time getting around Colton Lanford and Mike Todd.
And that's your fresh tire advantage there.
Yep, totally. And experience in the restart zone, Mike Todd and Colton Lanford. They're not rookies, but don't quite have the number of laps, and definitely have more laps on their tires. So Dustin Rysdale is going to look inside Colton Lanford, and side by side. Cannot complete the pass though. Back to the dogleg. I think bigger tracks like Phoenix or Michigan I think Kansas, where they have the tri-oval, the transition is Homestead, Miami, the transition's not quite as abrupt as going from asphalt to concrete here at Nashville. But yeah, I haven't really seen that payoff here at the Nashville Superspeedway. Dustin Rice cannot complete the pass.
I think he'll get it now on the inside.
It's a good run this time. It was inside. He's gone. Slide job. Now you got nowhere to go unless you want to try to run over Dustin, which has happened the last couple of times. Dustin has taken some chances and it's hurt him.
Been unfortunate in the last few events, you're right. He's just he's been hit from behind, or he's just had an unfortunate incident because of someone else's incident. And I just think now you got Williams and Ryan that are at the front. They just need to work together to get a bit of a gap to put him in some good space to do another pit stop and make it to the end if that's what they need to do.
So you think even with clutching 50 laps is a stretch, huh? Or 40?
It all depends really. If it's the 60 laps per tank, they should be right to go full blast to the end. But sometimes when you do testing, you forget to put the proper fuel limit on. So I'm not confident with that 60 lap per tank. So far they got a good pace, and you got Sanders at the back sitting behind, getting a good slipstream.
Yeah, good call. Look at his speed, 150 down to 146. All fourth gear. Just shift up to fifth.
And I think the drivers are quite lucky tonight as well with this track, because the track temp's quite cool. It's only 77 Fahrenheit, or if you're down under, it's only 26 degrees from memory, which is a nice cool temp for a track that has such high tyre usage. So I think the drivers are going to be enjoying that relief for this round.
Yeah, nice afternoon, evening at Nashville.
There's another dark horse we're going to watch out for as well. Travis Jones is up again, 18 spots. So after that spin, he's made a nice recovery, I think. He's sitting in P5 with sitting behind Brendan Thaler with Dustin Hardy behind him. So I think he can be a bit of a dark horse potentially for a podium if he can keep it up and ensure his tyres don't drop off before the end of the race.
Yeah, very interesting that he chose not to qualify, I believe. Started in the back. I don't think it was a penalty. Oh, Dustin Hardy gets into the wall there. Using all the track. Maybe his field of view not set up just right, but he's dropping down to 139. Under the 140 mark, we saw the leaders staying above 142, 145. That's a significant difference in the best lap time. 29.9 to 29.6 for the leaders. Dustin Hardy was having a good run earlier. He's still not bad. I mean, inside the top 10. So, good look for Dustin Hardy.
No, but I think the main thing, these drivers are probably so relieved that they've had such long green runs this week after a few weeks of long caution laps. It's really good to be able to just race without worrying about having to slow down for long periods of time.
I could not agree more. From the announcer's point of view, commentary point of view as well, sure is nice being able to talk about some green flag runs.
I think the number 25 is doing a really good job considering he hasn't stopped yet.
25?
45, sorry, 45.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I agree. Justin Hardy has a pit stop due for sure. And then we'll see if he can come through the field. His last stop was 71. So it's Mike Todd that still needs to stop. His last stop was 59. So Mike Todd might hurt him. He's there in the 72 PBR. Going inside Colton Lanford. I don't know if he's got enough fuel to make it.
He could be going through those scenarios in his head, because I know when I'm out there, I'm going through all these scenarios in my head, constantly looking at my fuel number, constantly looking at how many laps there are left. Some of my teammates point out that I constantly, because I stream my races, I'm constantly flicking through the screens in my black box. Not unknowing to myself, but I just constantly flick through just to constantly think of that strategy. And I don't know, some of these drivers might be doing the same thing in this race.
Here we go again. The middle is opening up for Justin Thaler in the 00. We know what that means. Let's see if he can get around these guys. He's trying. He definitely has some speed. Justin Thaler right behind Colton Lanford. It's got around Michael Samia. Michael Samia lifts long enough to let Thaler cut his nose off there, and now move Justin Thaler up a spot. He's got Robert Sanders in the 74 outside. Luckily, he was able to stay off of him. And now Justin Thaler in the 00 RFK truck in front of Michael Samia. Moving forward, nice couple of moves there for Justin Thaler. Now he tucks inside of Michael Harris.
It looks like Michael's tyres are, Samia's tyres are starting to look a bit worn and tired there. He's falling behind slowly. So those 9 laps older tyres are starting to catch up with him, and his pace isn't the same as those who've stopped more recently and gotten tyres.
Yeah, he's made his bed, so now he has to lay in it, I guess. I still would have taken tires even with an extra 4 seconds under yellow and hopefully been able to catch back up before the race goes green. But what can you do now? Assuming that everybody can go to the end except for Mike Todd.
But I think this battle pack behind in 7, 8, 9 are all really close. I think that's where all the action is at the moment, and I think we've got Trevor McLaughlin, Jason Craft and Dustin Hardy all fighting it out to stay within the top 10, all within a second of each other.
Yeah, here we are. Justin Thaler's looking inside. Mike Todd, does he get it done? Yes, he does. Again, we can't ride with Justin Thaler. It's coded 00, which is the same as the pace car. So I cannot point the camera at him. It goes straight to the pace car. But we're watching Justin Thaler come through the field. What did he drink for dinner? He's got some
Dubby, maybe.
Yeah,
Dubby.
Something. Some Dubby energy drink. That's right.
And you can start to see some of these drivers taking the higher line. The tyres are starting to drop off. You can just tell with the way the car's just sliding a bit more and it's not responding with the turn as much.
It could have to do with the arc, like you were saying. I mean, I don't know what Justin Taylor's doing different, but he seems to have something in those tires. Or see how he's taking a wider entry and keeping a consistent arc. He gets down to the yellow line and then comes back up. So he's using all of the track. I'm not sure. Maybe that arc, maybe he was saving tires a little sooner. Now he's 2 lanes up. But again, he makes it down to the yellow line in 3 and 4. So,
and you want to make those corners a lot more straighter than having that long radius corner with the pressure on the tires. I think going out wide and cutting back in is just straightening that corner out a bit more and giving Justin a bit more tire life, because you can just see how he's slingshot out.
Yeah.
And he could have gone on the outside if the door wasn't closed, and probably had a nice run for this corner coming out.
A little bit of mirror driving there for Jason Kraft. Well, we're coming down to the end of the race. 14 laps to go, 13 this time by. And now, I mean, I think that helps Justin keep the RPM up a little bit as well. Every RPM you carry out of the corner, you take it a little bit later apex, makes the straightaways longer and carry a couple more RPM.
And I think you'll find a lot of the drivers who are on that bottom line now are probably just dabbing the brake a bit or just lifting the throttle a bit more to get the car to turn in. And that's giving those who've looked after their tyres a bit more of an advantage. We've got a few drivers who are still, most of the drivers still sitting in 29, so I think we've done an excellent job this race.
Totally. I'm really happy to see, first of all, the turnout. I mean, 22, 23 trucks is a great turnout. As Michael Samia has gone a lap down, is that right? Yep, he has stopped. A fourth time.
The 46 just touched the wall there a little bit.
There, dude.
46. Yep. Yeah, there.
Getting his Nashville Superspeedway stripe on.
Leaving his mark on the track.
Yeah. Taking part of the track home with him. Sell some body panels after the race. Up front, no change. Albert Williams putting the smack down, but Dustin Reinstedel and Robert Sanderson not getting too far away. 3 seconds back. Dustin Reinstedel, is he playing coy? Is he saving tires? Riding right in the slipstream?
There goes that apron.
Albert Williams feeling some pressure. I think he's not afraid of the pressure, but...
No, but they're currently lapping pretty much relatively at the same time, so I think they both left something in their bag to take it to the end. So I think Dustin might be hoping here that there's a bit of a slip by Albert Williams to get to the front.
Waiting for a mistake. Albert Williams does not make many mistakes, I'll say that. I know that we've watched Albert Williams grow in the league and racing all of the Oval Series and now the Road Series as well. So I don't think we're going to be able to rattle Albert Williams' cage. Dustin Reinstedel, also no stranger to his sim rig. So Dustin Reinstedel, golf coach for University of Pikeville, Kentucky. This is how he spends his free time. Trying everything he can to catch back up to Albert Williams after Albert Williams we started second and got around Dustin on speed, on merit. So an unfamiliar position for Dustin Reinstedel, as we're in single digits now.
And if you look at Albert Williams' car at the moment, you can just see how smooth it is around the corners. There's no real big sliding, so his tyres look to be in good condition still. And he just disappeared from the screen there.
Yeah, we're going to ride with him now. And watch his steering inputs. Yep.
And we're under safety car.
And the yellow's out. What happened? Oh, Albert Williams.
He's going to have to think about how he approaches the end of the race now. He said he was happy of the green flag check to the check flag straight away.
Oh, he was wanting to see the flag. Now we're going to go green, white, checkered. 44.72. All right, let's find him. 44 is Hunter Jock. 72 is Mike Todd. See if I can rewind a lot, find out what happened. So this is as fast as I can go backwards. There it is. All right. Stop and play. Give me 1 second. Let's see if I can get. So 44, we're looking for 72. Michael Todd. There's Mike Todd behind him. So let's ride with Mike Todd.
And it looks like number 44 sitting in the middle of the road.
So 44's got a good run on the 25. So he pulls out to get around. The 25 tail wags into the wall. And is he going around? That's Colton Lanford. Nowhere to go. Right into the side of the 44 after contact with the wall. Oh, tough break. Hunter Jock into the safer barrier. Colton Lanford kicking himself for that one.
The number 72 was very lucky to get through that unscathed.
He got away with one there. We'll ride one more time. Oh, come on. In real time, this is how it happened. It happens fast. 25 gets up in the wall in front of these guys. Tank slaps. Comes back down to 44. And around they go. 44 is going to need some Advil after that one. We're gonna.
It's so easy to do there. You just if you just think you got the grip in the rear end to put your foot down, and you realise you don't. Your automatic reaction is to do a bit of a steering correction, and sometimes it can just lead to that.
Really hard to catch a tank slapper like that, but once they start to go, especially with old tires, you're already behind once it starts going your best to just kind of let the wheel go, let the truck drive itself until it's straight and not over correct. That's all it takes. One little change of momentum, weight transfers over to the opposite wheel, and you're a passenger then. So learning experience for the 25, Colton Lanford. We're going to go green, white, check. We're going to have a 2-lap dash for the win. And all the points in this chase race, number 3, after a week off at the Martinsville in the Miatas. Did you see any of that, Mark?
So I did the truck Miata race, or the Mazda race. It was fun. It was very different. But yeah, the racing was really competitive. I only did the one race, and it was really fun following people and trying something different around Nova, because I've never really tried something other than the NASCAR truck or the Xfinity around an oval before.
Yeah, right. So it's like a lot of fun. I was able to call it, and I forgot that you were in that, Mark. So I'm glad to know
I
that.
think I got the pole last week.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
In the MX5 Cup. Too bad we didn't give you any points for that one, Mark. But,
Yeah. We can go back and give me some points if you want.
it's fun to have an all-star race and just a fun race and kind of take the tension off, break up the intensity of the long season, and as we go into the chase, just remind everybody of what we're doing here. And lights are out in the pace car. Let's go racing. Green, white, checkered for Nashville Superspeedway race for the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series victory. Albert Williams is going to restart on the outside into the Geico restart zone. He goes. Dustin Reinstedel does not let him get too far away, but definitely
Really good start.
lets him have it. Albert Williams surprises everybody a little bit. Brandon Thayer gets to the outside. Oh, Justin Thaler's going around just behind. And that's that. Are we under yellow again? Not yet. I think we're done with Justin Thaler, though. Tough break for him. Not how he wanted to start. Yeah, we do go yellow. So we'll rewind it, and I'll ride with Justin here. Oh, can't ride with Justin, but see if we can find who he was close to. Mike Todd. As we go into the restart, I'll pause it just for 1 second while I find a good look at Justin Thaler, the 00. Nope.
See right there.
Where's
But I
he
wonder,
at? I missed him.
there's a few opportunities for the cars at the back here. If they pit now, they could get some fresh tyres and make up a couple of spots. That's potentially what I might be thinking if I was at the back. So you've got a few drivers down there who could be pitting.
Timing and scoring will tell us. So I can't find the replay.
It'll be an interesting finish for the top two drivers, and they're going to work out how they're going to approach this. I think you got Albert Williams hoping for another start he just had in that restart. So I'm sure he's going to pick that top line once again.
Yeah, it looked like the outside was the way to go. He's going to have... So this is where I think Albert could. Reinstedtel's going to start third. So if Williams starts on the outside, it's going to put Thayer on the inside, and then Dustin Reinstedel on the inside. If Albert Williams can drop down in front of Thayer, that will put Reinstedel an extra truck behind him.
The only driver to pit was Norm Schneider, so he might have the same thinking that I did. He might be able to pick off some of the drivers with some fresh tyres, who's currently sitting in 18th position.
We'll keep our eyes on Norm, a legend of Midwest Motorsports, one of the OGs. Norm Snyder runs the Texaco Aveline paint in almost all the series. Or a major player in the founding upbringing of Midwest Motorsports. So Norm, definitely good to have him in the league. One of the good guys, should we say. Green, white, checkered. Let's go racing.
Well, there are a few big movers, apart from Travis Jones, who's moved up 19 positions now. He's sitting in P4. Justin Glockner's sitting in 9th, up 11 positions. So both of those two drivers should be very proud of their efforts to move up that many spots in this race with very few yellow flags to the system.
Right, getting there on speed alone. There's Justin Glickner in the 21. Miller Lite. I could use a cold beer right about now.
Still too early here in Sydney for a beer, I think. Give it a couple more hours.
Oh, Mark, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, my friend.
I've still got to do a stint to do in Bathurst, so I better not have it.
Nah, let's wait till after your drive. Good luck in that, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Lights are out on the pace car as we're coming around. Headed towards the back stretch, we're going to go green this time by. Once again, as far as the championship points go, Albert Williams and Dustin Reinstedel are battling it out for 1 and 2.
Albert Williams is getting ready for the start, giving those tyres a bit of a scrub.
Clean them off. 35 points is the difference between Albert Williams and Dustin Reinstedel. Unfortunately, Michael Samia in third is caught a lap down. All right, we are coming to the green for a green-white checker. And yes, now if Mike Todd on the outside there can get in front of Travis Jones.
There they go. Albert Williams has got another great start.
Yeah, and so on the outside, Travis Jones stays on the outside of Brendan Thayer. Dustin Reinstedel now goes from third to fourth.
Brendan Thayer looks like he's got some good tyres there. He's closing that gap very quickly.
Brendan Thayer's coming up. Does he have anything for Albert Williams? He hasn't so far this race. Maybe these restarts have bunched everybody up. Dustin Reinstedel stays low, avoiding any last lap shenanigans. And take the white. As Travis Jones gets around Dustin, we'll ride back just a little further.
He's that dark horse for the podium.
Yeah. Travis Jones and Dustin Reinstedel battling it out, but up front, it's all Albert Williams for the win, and side by side across the line, using an apron there. Dustin Reinstedel looks like he barely got in front of Travis Jones for third. But the race win, it's all Albert Williams. Congratulations.
Justin Taylor sitting in the middle of the track. Looks like he had a bit of an off on that last lap.
Once again, Justin Taylor with an unhappy finish to his race here. Tough break for Justin Taylor. You'd think he'd be used to it by now with as many times as that's happened. Justin Taylor seems to run into some bad luck.
Well done to Albert Williams for taking that win. And a solid 25 points for his chase.
So we do some victory burnouts. Albert Williams on the grass. Now plenty of gas. Does not need the tires anymore. We're going to burn them down. He's going to park it right on the start-finish line. Light him up and take all the points. Dustin Reinstedel with third, so he's going to drop 3 points. He did get points for leading a lap. And Albert Williams, your race winner. I'm looking for him in Race Chatter, see if we can bring him up for an interview. Mark, what do you think about today, man? Thanks a lot for joining me. This has been a lot of fun.
Oh, no, that's right. I think it's been an excellent race. It's really good to see the gentlemen racing very much clean today and no long safety car runs. And we're able to see some pure speed and seeing how the drivers can manage their tyres, their fuel to come home with a win. or decent finish.
Oh. Yeah, what a race. Trying to get Albert Williams up here into the broadcast. 1 second. Oh, he keeps getting kicked. Maybe he doesn't want to interview.
Right. That was a very nice burnout by Albert.
Yes.
Something I've got to do. Every time I win a race, I am out of fuel, so I can never get around to do a burnout. I have to put that on my list to do in Midwest Motorsports.
All right. Well, hopefully you'll get the opportunity. You know, the option is there, man. We'd love to have you back again. Good luck to you. And the Bathurst race, we'll be watching. I'll keep my eyes open for you. And I just want to say thanks again for joining me, Mark. Appreciate you.
No, that's all right. Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll do it again, I hope. That's Mark Cochran. I'm James J. Thanks again for joining us on the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series Friday night racing from Nashville Superspeedway. That's a wrap. We'll look for you next week. Have a good night, everybody.